What is it about Bellingham that makes people want to move here? Is it the mountains, the waterfront, the slower pace of life, or is there something else that just kind of draws people in? As a local real estate agent who's helped people just like you relocate to Whatcom County, I've had countless conversations with buyers about why they chose Bellingham in specific, and while everyone's story is a little bit different, the same 5 reasons seem to come up again and again. So if you're thinking about moving to Bellingham, or you're just curious about what makes the city so special, stick around because here are the top 5 reasons people are making the move. First reason is the location. I'm gonna start with one of Bellingham's biggest advantages, and that's its location. Bellingham sits in one of the most unique spots in the Pacific Northwest. You're about halfway between Seattle and Vancouver, BC, giving you access to 2 of these major metropolitan cities, while you're enjoying a much more relaxed lifestyle in Bellingham, in a city where there are just under 100,000 people living here. If you feel like taking the ferry to the San Juan Islands, easy. If you want to take a day trip to Pike Place Market in Seattle or go check out Stanley Park in Vancouver, BC, no problem. Some of my buyers have family in Seattle and Canada, and they wanted to move here to be in between those 2 areas. For people who love having options without living in the middle of a huge city with high-rise buildings or traffic, Bellingham is kind of hard to beat. The second reason is the 4 seasons that we have without super extreme weather. A lot of people assume that the Pacific Northwest means that it's constantly rainy and cold, but Bellingham actually gives you 4 distinct seasons, and they're pretty mild compared to other parts of the country. I would actually argue that we have a 5th season, but I will cover that in a different video. If you're local and want to take your best guess, drop it in the comments. Late spring / early summer are the warm, sunny kind of seasons and some of the nicest months of the year. Starting around May, I think, the hottest months are July and August, and temperatures are in the mid 70s to low 80s. Most days sit in a comfortable range where you can be outside for a while. Fall is beautiful here. The leaves change colors and there's a mix of clouds and sun, but it kind of starts to cool down at this point. Winters are cool and wet, but they're generally not severe. If it snows, it doesn't last for very long, and you're not dealing with weeks and weeks and weeks of sub-zero temperatures. And actually, this past winter, we didn't get much snow at all, and it was in the 50s through December, which was a surprise because there's usually something to make a snow angel with. It sprinkled a little in January with snow, and I even took a video of it. Winter is more of a steady, mild, cool, gray blanket. You'll want a good jacket and just make sure that you're layering your clothing. Third reason is endless outdoor recreation. Bellingham is an outdoor lover's dream. With a short drive, you can hike hundreds of miles of trails, mountain bike at Galbraith Mountain, paddleboard or kayak in Bellingham Bay. You can fish or boat or kayak on Lake Whatcom. You can ski and snowboard at Mount Baker. Many people say that moving here has completely changed how they spend their weekends, and there's something to do for every season of the year. The 4th reason is the small city feel with everything you need. Bellingham has roughly 100,000 residents, just under that, making it large enough to have healthcare, shopping, breweries, the mall, local restaurants, coffee shops, and entertainment. In Whatcom County, Bellingham is, I would say, the major city out of all the other cities surrounding it. It's the hub of all the grocery chains, the hospital, the mall, the Costco, Fred Meyer. So if you live here in Bellingham, you're living where all the conveniences are. And in some parts of Bellingham, you can literally walk or bike wherever you need to. It's still small enough that you can get across town without spending hours in traffic. Even though we have our busy hours, we don't have high-rise buildings, we don't have like 6-lane roads. Everyone seems to know everyone that you know. For many people, it strikes the perfect balance between convenience and a slower pace of life. The 5th reason is the strong sense of community. Bellingham has a community-oriented feel that's kind of hard to find in these larger cities. People support local businesses, they attend farmers markets, they volunteer and participate in community events throughout the year. It's easier to get to know your neighbors and feel connected by doing so. For example, some of our events, we have the Downtown Sound Summer Concert Series that's going on right now as I'm recording the video. Bellingham farmers markets, the ski to sea race that just happened. There's always holiday events, local festivals, lots of cool stuff happening at like the granary area in Bellingham. They have their April Brews Day, beer gardens, food trucks, live music, bike riding. It's definitely a community where it's easy to get involved and build relationships. So those are the 5 reasons why people choose to move to Bellingham, Washington. If you're thinking about relocating to Bellingham or anywhere in Whatcom County for that matter, I'd love to be a resource for you, whether you have questions about neighborhoods or the local real estate market. My contact information is in the description below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.